and welcome to the Portland Art Museum. My name is Kaya and
My name is John, and we will be guiding you your life and death themed tour.
assisting John and I today is Taylor and Simrit. Since the beginning of our creation, mankind has been influenced by life and death.
In particular, the idea of life and death has influenced our artists' understanding of this world from the 18th century to present day. Even amidst death, artists' creativity endures, giving objects new life.
We are starting with creation. My piece is called The Kylan Bottle with the Image of Its Own Making, after Robert Morris, created by Gary Hill in 2014. He made it with glass, video, and a projector. Why do you think Hill decided to use a Kylan bottle? The Kylan bottles are typically used for scientific purposes. Hill has done many pieces involving documenting the creation and destruction of his own pieces. Why do you think he does this? This creation literally tells its own making within itself. There's no doubt on how exactly it was created. Unlike the Kylan bottle, we do not have the privilege of knowing our exact creation. Did Hill create the video or the piece itself? Do you think that he was the creator of both? Look how the bottle curves. Do you think it would be as attractive if it was a more angular bottle?
Now, similarly in creation myths, many cultures describe a collective responsibility as stewards preserving the life of our earth. In Vallée de la Song, Alfred Sisley perfectly captures the beauty of the landscape he witnessed in 1885. First off, look at the diverse color palette used. This oil painting on canvas uses every opportunity to paint with nearly every color, but with similarly muted values. Now, look to the sky and hills in the background. Primarily green and blue dominates the work and ties the piece together, suggesting a cohesiveness and belonging of the natural elements in this painting. Some questions to leave with. What might this landscape look like today in a post-industrial culture, and how might it have changed?
Moving on from environmentalism, my piece is called Still Life by Angela Martinetti. It was made on campus using oil in 1867. In this piece, you can see that there are two birds, one larger and one smaller, and they are hanging from the wall, obviously dead. Presumably the smaller one is a chicken, and the larger one, I'm not too sure. What do you think it is? Since this painting was made in the mid-19th century, do you think the time period has any sort of significance as to why these are dead? My sub-theme and how this painting ties into the theme of life and death is food and sustainability. I feel that this painting relates to the theme of food and life and death because these birds look like they are butchered, as if to be eaten. But the question is, by whom? During this time period, who ate chickens? In this day and age, chickens are very affordable for anyone, but back during this time, was that the case, or were they only available for higher class or lower class people?
Hi everybody, my name is Simi. Back to the sub-theme of environmentalism. I'm showing you this piece right now, which carries a sub-theme of humans with nature. This is a black and white photograph taken in 1984. It's untitled and was taken in Yosemite Valley in California. This photograph has its focus on a very large tree
with a large broken branch to its side. The tree is a fully grown black oak tree. The setting is of a snowy and dark winter, and of course, it is a black and white photograph. The picture is only consistent of nature, like all the other pieces in the set that this photo belongs in. The set that this installment is in is called Reflections on Nature in Black and White by John Sexton. Sexton is known for large format black and white photography and was inspired to do similar works by a famous photographer named Ansel Adams, if that sounds familiar. Back to the photograph. The sub-theme is once again the connection between humans and nature. Although there's no sign of a physical human being in this picture, the tree is reminiscent of human bones. And this leads me to ask, what kind of relationships and connections that we see between humans and nature? This photograph also shows both life and death. We can see a strong but broken oak tree at the very focus. We can also see the season of winter, of death, symbolically and literally, clearly in a dark black and white, but still a strong, large oak tree is at the focus. We can see more of in between, life and death. So in the end, we have this theme of the cycle of life and death and reproduction, and then death and reproduction. This solid universal theme broadens over all of these sub-themes we've showed you, from food and sustainability to environmentalism. It connects all 4 of these art pieces together. And with these art pieces comes the rise of many thoughtful questions, like what would our environment look like in a pre-industrial culture as opposed to post-industrial culture? Or questions like what different forms of creations are there and what defines creation? With these art pieces, this theme of life and death is portrayed through mediums of paint, oils, and film, through times ranging from the 1800s to modern day, and through artistic perspectives and expressions. Through art, we can see, under this perspective, life, death, and everything in the middle.